What's good, Steeler Nation? My name is Jack Sperry, and this is Steelers Talk. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday to talk some Steelers football with us. We just got done watching the Steelers beat the rival Browns at Acrisure Stadium by a final score of 28-14, and we had a sub-battle this week, guys. We beat the Browns on the field today. We also beat them off the field. Almost 140 new subscribers this week compared to the Browns Report 90. It was a valiant effort by Matthew Peterson and crew, but here at Steelers Talk, we do not lose sub-battles. We go undefeated for the 2022 season, and we had a little bit of a wager. Whoever was going to win, the winning host gets to slap the losing host with a tortilla. So here is Matthew Peterson of the Browns Report, ready to take his beating here. All right, you ready?
Before you do, just one quick question for watching. Browns Steelers, which team won a playoff game more recently?
The Browns did.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We'll give him that. All right, here we go.
You and your slapping fetish.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's go. That's what you get. All right, I'm in a mood, guys. All right, so let's get into the game here where the Steelers won today. They took care of business. They put themselves in position to win or to get into the 2022 postseason for the National Football League, but unfortunately it just didn't work out in the end, right? They ended up winning. Kenny Pickett played well. Najee Harris played well today. George Pickens had some ridiculous catches. It really looked like that Mike T and the Steelers team was in position to make it to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden it's 6-6, and then the Dolphins boot in that game-winning 50-yard field goal against the Jets. Joe Flacco just couldn't get it done today. They end up losing 11-6, and I mean, the Steelers were so close. After Week 14, guys, the Steelers had less than a 1% chance of making the postseason. They get to this last leg where all they need is Joe Flacco to win this last game, get more than 10 points. 10 freaking points, and the guy can't do it against a terrible Dolphins defense, and the Steelers miss out on the playoffs, which is obviously not very good, right? The Patriots ended up losing today, so that ended up happening today. So it really sucks that the Steelers were just one game short and it happened that way. But at the end of the day, guys, here's my thought. Screw Joe Flacco. I hate Joe. I mean, he is public enemy number one in Steelers Nation right now. The old man couldn't even muster up 10 points for us against a bad Dolphins defense. Are you freaking kidding me, Joe Flacco? He's just coming back to haunt this franchise time and time again, even though he left the Ravens long ago. He's in New York. Just couldn't get us 10 points today, and now the Steelers head into the 2023 offseason without a playoff berth, which absolutely sucks, guys. So go ahead in the comment section right now and spam F Flacco as many times as you possibly can to show that you hate this bum of a quarterback that couldn't even get 10 points today. Like, come on, dude. This is just absolutely terrible. All right, guys, let's go over my takeaways after this Week 18 win. Kudos to Mike Tomlin here. Okay, so first of all, he got the team to 9-8. That is absolutely massive, right? Starting at 2-6, eventually getting to 3-7. To get this team to 9-8, just one more loss the rest of the way in the second half of the season with a rookie quarterback, with an offensive coordinator that's an absolute clown. Mike Tomlin, I mean, this is one of the most impressive coaching jobs of his career, in my opinion. 0 losing seasons in his 16-year tenure as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. It's absolutely remarkable what he was able to do with this particular Steelers team to get this team to play that well at the end of the season, to finish so strongly. You got to give your kudos and your respect to Mike T. All right, guys, go in the comment section right now. Was 2022 one of Tomlin's top 3 coaching jobs? Type Y for yes or type N for no. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So whenever you get an ad break here on this video, go ahead and go in the comment section, answer this question. For me, I would say probably yes. I mean, this team, if they were down for the count, it would have been super easy to lose the locker room. He didn't. You got to give that number one spot to the Super Bowl year, but man, this comes damn close here. I really like the job that Mike Tomlin did this season. All right, now let's go into the second takeaway from this week's win, which is that you got to fire Matt Canada tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's Black Friday in the National Football League. A lot of coaches are going to lose their jobs. It's just the way it is. It's the way of the business. And frankly, the Steelers need a new offensive coordinator, right? Even during this stretch where the Steelers won 6, so their final 7 games, right? The offense, it was like every single game they would have to put together a last-minute drive, or they'd have to stop a last-minute drive to get the win, right? A lot of close wins against bad football teams, and that's large in part to Matt Canada's offensive play calling. Too many jet sweeps, too many just ridiculous stuff that just doesn't need to be in there. It's a college offense, and the Steelers, with Kenny Pickett, with this rising talent here, with guys like Pickett, with Pickens, with Najee Harris, these guys and the talents that these guys possess, it requires a higher level of offense, an NFL pro-ready offense, and Matt Canada just doesn't have that. The Steelers are going to be consulting Kenny Pickett during this offseason. There was a report last week that they're going to talk with Kenny Pickett about what he wants to do. Does he want to keep Matt Canada, or does he want to bring in somebody new? Hopefully he tells them, I want somebody new. So we've heard multiple reports here over the last couple of weeks that Matt Canada is likely gone. Hopefully we get that news tomorrow, and we're talking about it here on the show. And at the end of the day, they need somebody better, okay? At the end of the day, he is not good enough to be the Steelers' offensive coordinator. And if the Steelers want to take that next step and make the playoffs with Kenny Pickett next season, they need a new offensive coordinator, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments section right now, should the Steelers fire Matt Canada tomorrow on Black Monday? Type F for fire, or type K for keep if you think he's done a pretty decent job. All right, guys, let's have a word from our sponsor here really quick from Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. So, I mean, with this kind of stuff, guys, with monthly subscriptions, you pay for them, you think you're going to use them all the time, and then 2 years go down the line, you're not using them anymore, and it's not something that's good for you. It's not something that's good for your pocketbook. You really need something to help this problem, and for me, I use Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, to help me out with this problem. The app shows you all of your subscriptions in one place, and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't even know that you were paying for, and you may even find out that you've been double charged for a subscription like I was with Netflix. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel on the Rocket Money app, and Rocket Money is going to take care of the rest for you. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/Steelers Talk to help out the channel a little bit, but also help out your pocketbook. For me, it's helped me save a bunch of money. I'm one of those people that pays for a bunch of subscriptions and just kind of forgets about them. This tool allows me to keep that under control, save me a bunch of money each month. So go ahead and go to rocketmoney.com/Steelers Talk to help out the channel, but also help your financial situation. All right, and finally here, my final takeaway, even though we came up short this year, guys, there's a lot of missed opportunities, but the future is very bright in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay, things are very bright. There's a lot of really great foundational pieces on this team, and on offense specifically, you got the rookie quarterback, Kenny Pickett, that really showed his moxie. Is he a perfect quarterback? No. Is he the most physically talented quarterback in the National Football League? No, but he's somebody that really showed his moxie in those big moments. He showed that he can be clutch. He can make those big plays under pressure with the season on the line. If the Steelers are going to win Super Bowls with him as their QB, that's exactly what they're going to need from him. And I think that he's the type of guy that can do that for the Steelers moving forward. He's not going to be the most talented guy in the division, but you put a good roster around him. Mike Tomlin's coaching the team, all these things. Kenny Pickett's the guy that can deliver wins, and I think in the playoffs for the Steelers moving forward. Now Najee Harris as well, another foundational piece that is on the Steelers offense. He really impressed me in the second half of the year. He really did. He was one of the toughest running backs in the National Football League to put down. He put his head down, put his shoulder into people. He did not quit. Early on in the season, right, he was kind of dancing around, trying to play for that big play, and he was kind of an easy target to take down. In the second half of the season, that was a completely different story, and he was one of the most menacing running backs in the National Football League to take down. I've been incredibly proud of the way that he's played here in the second half of the season. And I think moving forward, he is going to be the future of the Steelers. And when it comes to the run game, I know that Jaylen Warren's a good player too. I think he's a great RB2, but Najee Harris, I think, is really going to come into his own and become a bona fide star in this league in 2023. And then also today, Pat Freiermuth, another great player. He ended up getting a leg injury in the fourth quarter. We don't have any updates for him as of now. We are hoping that he's going to be okay. We hope it's not like a fibula fracture or anything like crazy serious like that. Hopefully that he will be ready to go for the 2023 training camp there in preseason. He's obviously a massively talented player. He's really the security blanket for Kenny Pickett. So moving forward, it's really important that he can make a full recovery, really do a good job being that security blanket, kind of like that Travis Kelce kind of figure in the Steelers offense moving forward. All right, and the big thing for the Steelers, you have the foundational pieces in there. You got Pickens, right? You got Najee, you got KP, you got all these good players. Now you just need to build an offensive line, right, guys? Dan Moore Jr., not cutting it. Chukwuma Okorafor, not cutting it. Kevin Dotson, you could argue he's not cutting it either, right? So this offseason, the main focus offensively, not only just to get, you got to get the new offensive coordinator as well, but as far from a personnel standpoint, you need to build the offensive line. That has to be priority numero uno to help out Najee Harris, help out Kenny Pickett, and overall help the offense become or transcend themselves this or next season and become a true playoff team. All right, guys, I want you to go in the comments section right now and grade Kenny Pickett's rookie performance for the entire season. On a scale of A, B, C, D, or F, how do you think the rookie QB did for the Black and Gold in 2022? For me, I'm giving him a B+. I really like the way that he bounced back after kind of a really rough start. You guys know here on the channel, I was ripping him for his poor play, and rightfully so. He was not playing well, but in the second half of the season, really came into his own, showed some real growth, and now I am genuinely excited to see what he can do in 2023 after an entire offseason with his guys to build chemistry, learn a new offensive playbook, hopefully. I think Kenny Pickett has a bright future with the Black and Gold. All right, now let's go over to the defensive side of the ball. We've talked about the foundational pieces that are on the Steelers on offense. Let's go to defense. Obviously, TJ Watt is that dude, right? When he is in the ballgame for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers win, especially this season, right? I think the record for the Steelers this year, I think they were 8-2 when the Steelers, or when he was in the ballgame. When he played, when TJ Watt played, the Steelers were 8-2. That is playoff football, period. Okay, this is, in my opinion, the Steelers were a playoff team, a playoff caliber team that just ran into some bad luck with injuries, particularly to their star defensive player in TJ Watt. Now, we're not going to sit here and make excuses, say, oh, poor us, if this didn't happen, we wouldn't have made the playoffs. But I think it's just a statement of fact at this point that, if the Steelers had TJ Watt the entire season, again, in that Jets game, right, I really, really think that the Steelers would have won at least a couple more of those games, and they would be a playoff team this year. So some really bad luck there with TJ Watt, but along with him, right, guys, you got the team MVP and Minkah Fitzpatrick, Cameron Hayward, right, these guys, Alex Highsmith's coming back next year, hopefully. I mean, looking at the totality of the defense, there are some spots to fill, right? But I think that there's some definite foundational pieces that's going to be good for the team moving forward. All right, guys, go in the comment section right now and give me your one-word reaction to Week 18 and everything that went down. For me, I'm just going to say bummer. It was a massive bummer to see Joe Flacco go out there and put up 6 points against a terrible Dolphins defense. I mean, just like, come on, man. We were that close to the playoffs. It didn't happen, unfortunately. So for me, it's a bummer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So let me know, guys, are you a true Yinzer? If you are a true Yinzer and made it to the end of the video, go ahead and go in the comment section and put Yinzer for life in all caps. Steeler Nation for life, guys. It's going to be a really great offseason. It's going to be great. This next week, we're going to be doing a mock draft where hopefully Matt Canada's going to be fired. Hopefully we get to talk about that tomorrow. There's going to be some great stuff, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Just try it out for a week. Right, just try it for a week if you haven't. If you're not sure about the content here, just unsubscribe after a week if you don't want. But at the end of the day, guys, I appreciate you, Steeler Nation. We came up short today, but I really do appreciate the support that you give to Steeler Nation and to the channel. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.